All right. It's on recording now. And we are safe now. So thank you, Ifesina. Chi Adema. You know, it's only Igbo people that can call this your name like I did. Any of that person who like Echefuna Chukwu or some, so if we say her own is Eputos na Chukwu Makana Mada Abro Chukwu. That is one name. You will bite your tongue when you try to call that name if you're not an Igbo person. All right. Thank you, everyone. And let's get started. We're on minutes of the meeting. An important deliverable in project management. So as a project manager, you must know how to capture a meeting professionally. It's important. These are, everything you do is having meeting, creating documents, monitoring, but everything you do must be documented, and everything must be a meeting. You meet with stakeholders, we meet with your team members, you meet with vendors, different people. You keep meeting internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, different stakeholders. You keep having meeting, both virtual meeting, both physical meeting, on site, remote, this different meeting going on. And any meeting, after the meeting, you didn't capture the minutes of the meeting very well, you are going to struggle to take decision or to follow up, because most meeting requires follow up. And in our projects, which are going to start very soon, there are a lot of statutory meetings you must be holding every week. For instance, you are going to be holding, you have to start with project kickoff meeting. You must know how to document the decision taking and follow up next actions. We have RAID meeting where you need to be capturing risk and mitigating risk. We have project lesson learn meeting. You need to have lesson learn meeting. So many of them. Stakeholder requirement gathering. Well, business analysts will do requirement gathering. Yeah, if it's important, you join as well. So these are various meetings that will be going on, and all these meetings are not for fancy. It's to take decision. So you must know how to capture a minutes of meeting. It's not that kind of just the one you capture in your age grade. You know, this is a professional minutes of the meeting. So, you know, some of you are laughing about age grade. You know, we don't know those things again. Everything is now a WhatsApp group. Age grade is now a WhatsApp group. Old school classmates, former secondary school, this and that, alumni. So, yeah, but all those things will require meetings, minutes of the meetings. It's important. If you're having a family meeting, you might not have a minutes of the meeting. It's their family, the any way you want it. But when somebody pay you his or her hard-earned money to come and manage his or her project, you must deliver. You have no excuse. So, importance of, okay, let's start from the introduction here or definition. Meeting minutes are the official record of the discussion decisions and action items from a meeting. They serve as a reference document to ensure accountability and alignment among project stakeholders and project team members. Hey, everybody, this is why we're having that. So, the importance is extremely important. Documentation provides a historical record of decisions and actions. Historical record. You know the reason, there's nothing like, you see, documentation is extremely important in anything you do, but especially in projects. In this, my class, why I use this Google Meet so much is because of, it has a lot of things which we do not understand. Like some of you will be asking, I use Zoom or this and that. I do evaluation. You see, if you use Zoom, all of us, they will tell you, because we have classes all the time. Zoom will just tell you, you don't have enough memories. Where do I store all my meetings, all my videos? And Google Meet, Google will give you, once you have their work, the enterprise version, you have a lot of things. All this is to take care of documentation, document all my meetings. What I'm having with you guys is a meeting, and I'm taking record of this meeting. If I'm not recording, I'm record this meeting both on video, I record it in writing. So as we are here, this Google Gemini is helping me to take notes. Google Meet is helping me to record it. We're having different people. These are people, virtual AIs. These are virtual assistants working for me, taking note for me, recording for me. Before, if we're having this kind of meeting, what we do is we use a camera or call a video person to come and record it. This is documentation, but this time we capture everything. And because of the importance, that's why somebody remember that this meeting is not recorded, because he loves consuming this record. He likes going back to this record. I want you to see it, the importance of documentation in project. What we're having here is a project. It's a 4-month project to convert you to become a non-project manager to a project manager. That is the project we're handling here. And at the end of this project, the outcome of this project is that you are a project manager. You should be able to go to the market and apply for a job and get a job. Not only getting a job, but do the job without coming, Mr. Charles, come, I don't dare you. No. You should be able to handle your project. I know so many of you, they will get they will get a job. They will always, Mr. Charles, should I press? Should I punch? I say punch. Yeah, okay. Well, where do I punch again? You know, you have to build the confidence here.
They come like this.
Huh? So that's it. It's important. So documentation is extremely important. Provides historical record. Everything I've been doing with you people since we start this bootcamp, I have a record of all of them. One day, one of you will just say, Mr. Charles, after paying you how so much money, I didn't see any value in this, and you will drag me to court. Please, Raphael, put yourself on mute. So you drag me to court, you didn't get value. I will go and extract all the videos as evidence of all we'll be doing here. Then we'll evaluate it whether it's enough to make you a project manager. So that is the importance of having a record. You know, it goes a long way. It goes just beyond classroom. It helps in conflict resolution a lot when you have documentation. It's important. Clarity. Ensure all participants are clear on the meeting outcome and the next step. During the minutes of the meeting, we capture the outcome of the meeting and what are we going to do next. I've been in a meeting, after the meeting, and somebody is asking me, I don't even know the outcome of this meeting. We'll finish the meeting, we are going from the meeting, and we spend like 3 hours in a meeting. And somebody is saying, you do not know the next. What are we? I don't even know what we concluded on this meeting. And it happens in a lot of meetings. So, why we should document the outcome of the minutes is that, or having a template, so that you will not, after a meeting, you say you do not understand the outcome or the next. Because as a project manager, when you are checking the boxes of what needs to be done, what you need to record, outcome must be there, and the next step must be there. So you must be checking all the boxes. And that's why when you manage your projects, you become professional. You don't miss anything. And that is the importance of templates. Don't go and start your meeting without a template, because we are just going, okay, Mr. Charles said that it's important to record a meeting. And on the meeting, you'll be writing what everybody is saying. That is not recording. Recording is keeping, when somebody, are you going to record when somebody laughs? You know, I've seen some meeting secretaries. They are trying to record, write minutes of the meeting. Some people exchange a kind of argument. He captured it that there was an argument. You know, that this guy threw the first punch and he was defended, and 2 people hold him back, and you know, something like that. This is not minutes of the meeting. You can't be capturing somebody laughing. We're having a class, I see so many emojis flying. You are not going to be recording everything that happened in that meeting. Key information, key outcome, key decisions. These are, but if you are not professional, if you are not guided, you are going to record even when they fly. There's a fly film, you record it. So it's important. Accountability. Assign responsibility for each action. When you're having a meeting, before the meeting ends, everybody must have the outcome. We will have next step. Those next steps are going to be what needs to be done, deliverables. All those deliverables within that meeting. You are not going to say, okay, later we'll look at. No, on that meeting, we assign responsibilities to all the attendees, because we need to, the project manager need to follow everybody up. Continuity. Another important reason is continuity. Some meetings, you find out that some people are not going to be in attendees and absentees. So it's important to capture the follow-up. That's why we're having this recording, because in this class, where you see our number here, that is not the amount of people that are on this. So some people didn't attend, but they know we are recording, we're having minutes of this meeting. And some of them, as soon as we finish, they will just rush in to look at the video and catch up. So compliance, it acts as evidence of decisions and agreement made during the project. Compliance, evidence, just like I said, all these meetings we're having recorded version, this and that, notes attached. This is evidence of this program. If somebody say we didn't have this program, we have evidence. Well, this program took place every Wednesday to Friday between 7 to at times we're 8. We're always coming together here to work on this project. And all the recorded activities, this is as the minutes is there. So it's important when somebody can accuse you as a project manager that you didn't do this. If the project, anything happen, project is about, there's a lot of risk in project. If anything happen, you have evidence. You will try your best. You have so much meeting. This is what we agreed on. It wasn't your fund that things later done differently. So you must have evidence. And this is very important for you. Okay, let's look at key components. This is a generic meeting. You can apply this to any kind of meeting. It's not tailored to it's not tailored to project kickoff meeting. It's not tailored to raid meeting. It's not tailored to this is a generic way of capturing minutes of the meeting. It's important and apply it anywhere. So looking at the components, the number one is the details of the meeting. Every meeting must have a date, a time, location, and the type of meeting. Example, project kickoff meeting, project review, this and that. And it must have attendees. Attendees are a number of people that are going to attend that meeting. So you must capture this in the minutes of the meeting. Every meeting must have agenda items, topics discussed during the meeting. It must be captured. Every topic discussed must be captured. Yeah. Key discussions. Summary of important discussion. Summary. Must capture the summary, decisions, and agreement. This is important. Decisions and agreement. People tend to fight when people are going out of agreement. If we agree that any team member that fails to submit deliverable or miss key dates twice, we are not going to, we can say we are not sacking you, but your salary will be deducted. We agree on that. This is a very good measure. So if you try to delay our project twice, we deduct your salary. If we had a meeting and capture it, it's an agreement. When such a thing happens and their salary is deducted, nobody is going to come and say that Mr. Charles is a wicked man. He knows I'm a family man. And two of my sons just started the university and he's cutting my salary because he's the project manager. Forgetting that it's an agreement, we agreed. So, agreement is an agreement, but it must be captured. It must be documented somewhere. So, actions, items. After the agreement, we must have tasks assigned. And every task assigned within that meeting must have deadlines and responsible people. So if it's assigned to you, Joseph, we're going to say, you, Joseph, go and find out how much they are selling Dynamics 365 CRM license, because that is what we're going to use for this our project. And we want this to be done by tomorrow. Give the date, give the time where we want that report. And yeah, you send email to project manager before, we can say send email to project manager before 4 p.m. tomorrow. That is an assignment, and that assignment will come with a deadline. And we already assigned it to a key team member to do that. All these things must be recorded in the minutes of the meeting. Okay. Decision made, specific decision agreed upon during the meeting. We already talked about it, must capture all the key decisions. And next step. Immediately after the meeting, actions begins. Immediate actions or follow-up required after the meeting. So everybody, after the meeting, you start whatever assigned to you from there, and the project manager will follow up immediately after them, and then we'll have miscellaneous notes. Any other additional observations or notes relevant to the meetings? Because we say miscellaneous, we say additional, any other relevant. So, because you can say, after all, they capture miscellaneous, are we not going to record people laughing or playing around in the meeting, or that we took a drink? These are not relevant to the meeting. A meeting must remain official and professional. Steps: prepare before the meeting. Like I said, don't just go there and say, well, we agree that we're going to be having minutes of the meeting. You have to prepare yourself, or you are going to mess yourself up. You see, people coming to deliver or keynote address, or in a public gathering, some people coming out to give speech. Yeah, even if you are not coming to read from the script openly, it's important to be coordinated. You can write down your points, what will come, what you need to. Don't come and start trying to act like Barack Obama because they say you are an orator. At times you can see you yourself missing some key points. You're claiming to be an orator. So many of those orators, they will talk sweet mouth, but if you look at what so many times they miss, but they keep entertaining people. People are laughing, people are clapping. But it's different from you hitting the key point than just entertainment is different from, delivering the what people are expected to hear, what you need to talk. So you need to organize yourself. If you need to have a note, if you need to come with a template, you come with a template. Even if you don't want to, you want to act that you are so intelligent, it's important. Always drop points. Have it. So that even if you are not reading it, you can look at it and pick in your points. It makes you smarter. That is it. It's important. Prepare. It's important. Leaders, you are a leader. You don't just come unprepared. Any meeting you are going, even if it's a coffee meeting, any meeting, you must get yourself prepared. Understand The agenda. Review meeting agenda and key discussion point. You see here, I say use a template. Prepare a meeting minutes template for consistency. You need to be consistent. Don't go and derail when you are saying sweet things and people are laughing. You can become emotional and you derail and start talking another thing. At the end of the day, you fail to deliver the keynote, things you mean to talk about. So come with a template so that from the template you follow it, check the box, keep checking the box, and once done, finish. And once you are checking the box, in some cases, when you are coming with a template, if you don't know how to keep time, you can apportion time to every component or every activity within the meeting. But if you can control time, good and fine. You might not just leave that. But I've seen so many people, they say address, they'll put 15 minutes. They allocate time because they want to be professional. There's nothing wrong in doing that. But if you are on top of your time, if you are an experienced person, then you can come and do that as long as everything happens within the time. But if it's a 1 hour meeting and it's now lasting 3 hours, you see, people are not going to be happy because some people are going to leave. Why are they leaving? Because they might have other meetings they need to catch up with. And it's not good when the meeting is not, people are leaving. So if they are leaving before the time, they must have a cogent reason to leave. But you see, when the time elapses and they are leaving, it might make the meeting might not end up the way it's supposed to end, structurally, because you lost track of time. So you must have a template. So it depends on the kind of your template says allocate time, then you use it. Record during the meeting. Just like what I'm doing, I always try to record. Yeah. For instance, if I fail to record this class, then we are going to come back again to have the class. We must record our class. Because this recorded version of the class, some of you seem to even prefer it than the live class. So it's important you record your meeting. Important. So capture key points, decisions, and actions. And like I said, avoid transcribing every word. If I like to transcribe it, don't transcribe every word. So, identify key speakers, attribute key statement to the relevant individuals. Even if you have enough time and you want everybody to contribute, want to hear what everybody needs to say, make sure there is provision for the key speakers to come and address the meeting. Not when everybody people that are not supposed to be contributing, but before you know it, they exhaust the time. Everybody wants to contribute. Let the key speakers contribute first before trying to be democratic and allowing everybody to make their input. Highlight action item. Record who is responsible, what needs to be done, and deadlines. It's extremely important. And then review and finalize. Clarify details. Review unclear points with participants if necessary. If, like I said, you are not going to deny people access or opportunity to ask questions because people need to be clarified. But before you do that, make sure that those who are very important, make sure that they are there. For instance, if we are inviting somebody to come and address us, we'll make sure that we'll hear from those people who have come to address us before we allow people to start asking questions. So, and highlight actions, we've done that, and they use clear languages. Yeah. So, in a meeting, we use clear and professional languages. Like I said, it's important to be professional. If it's a multicultural team, for instance, here in this particular meeting, we have a lot of people from Yoruba, we have people from Igbo, Hausa, Idoma, Efik. If I start calling on Nigerian, not only we have even people from Ghana, we have people from different parts of the country, even Indians and things like that. So many languages. So we are not going to, even if we play around, at times I play around with some people because I know some of us are Nigerian who understand that. But in an important meeting, it's important that we don't use this kind of vernacular so that people will not feel you are mocking them or you are discussing them because you know that they are Indians and you don't want them to understand. We use Nigerian language. You don't do that. Even if it's Nigerian dominated, we must use professional language. If it's English, we use English. And everybody understand that. So if it's a French, that's where is what will be adopted language, we use French. Yeah, it's important. And distributes the minutes. The meeting minutes is not your document. It belongs to the team, the project team, and every project team member should have a copy. So once you finish documenting and making sure everything is fine, here within 24 to 48 hours, depending on how important urgent they need it. You see, within 24 hours, I've uploaded the video. Like if you go to the course portal, some people will not even want me to sleep. I've seen some people, the class we had last night. I wake up to see people already asking me why is the video not uploaded. You know, I'm not saying it's because they need it, and so many of them they miss it. If you miss it, good and fine. You should give at least 24 to 48 hours to see the resources. Will make it available. If you go to course portal now, for the class I had last night, if you go there, you are going to see the videos. It's there. I handle this one myself. That's why it's there. And in this our own, we have people that are handling it, not me, but I make sure they do their job. You know, I follow them up, so and they are trying as well as to make sure that they don't disappoint. So, secure approval, circulate for review and confirmation. So, if there is any mistakes or you capture something contrary to what we discussed, you see some people are going to resist it. They're going to say, no, this is not, before storing it to the project repository. You cannot just send it to the project repository. There are some people that you need their approval before you publish. So it's important that all the key contributors, they agree with the minutes of the meeting. This is what I said. You can't go and record what somebody didn't say. Don't do that. Store for future reference. There's what we call project repository. Every project has a repository. Even your project plan you are working on is not your document. Yes, you produce it and they paid you, you are paid to do that. So don't keep it to yourself. Once you finish, even as a draft copy, that draft copy should equally be in the project repository because it's not your document. It shouldn't be on your personal laptop. In most cases, we are going to be working with company computers. Everything you do is a company computer. But some of us are going to be working remotely. In some cases, you might find yourself using your own personal computer. But what companies don't want is, if there is a situation and they don't want you to work for them again, they can just come and take their computer. And all the work you've done is there is their work, not your work. So they can continue. Whoever is taking over from you will see what you have done and continue from there. So I will see me here, no matter the kind of project, even if I'm not when the project started. Once I join, even if it's no matter how difficult your report, I must understand what happened and I must be able to carry on from where you stopped. So it must be in a repository. All the project report, including this particular one we are discussing, which is the minutes of the meeting. And this is a template on how it's going to look like. You use this template. It's important I say use template for consistency. You see here minute title, example, food tracker expansion, status update, date and time, location, use Zoom, conference room A, attendees, list of attenders, agenda, brief, overview of discussion topic, key discussion, decision made, action item, and next meeting. So we already know when we're supposed to be meeting, and when you want to apply it, you know, this is a blank template, but if you apply it, it becomes a minutes of a meeting. It will look like this. So you see attendees here, project manager, logistic lead, vendor relation officer, IT lead, location, Microsoft team, date, and yeah, everything here. And the next meeting follow up on progress on 28th November 2024 by 3 p.m. This one is on point. We already know the date of our next meeting. We are agreeing we are going to meet on this day. So, and that's it. So don't come and say you do not have a template. In this note, we have two templates already. This is a blank template. Call it white label. Nothing here, you can use it. This one again is a template. If you are still struggling on how to craft, you can see a template already. All you need to do is put your own inputs and that's it. So best practice, focus on key points, avoid unnecessary details, stick to decisions and action, be neutral, write objectively without bias. Don't go and start because you are not in good terms with you, or you start, no, you are here for business, you are not here for any kind of biasness. Use standard template is important. Maintain consistency across meeting so that the way every minutes of meeting looks, it looks consistent across, within the project. And be prompt. Share the minutes as soon as you can to make sure that it's relevant, and encourage feedback. Allow participants to review and confirm details. You might make a mistake, so that's why accept review. It's important they review, find that you made some mistake, and once you find a situation where you made a mistake, you thank the person. If possible, you buy the person bumper. Yeah, also example is good. Okay, activity. Yeah. This activity is not for us, so we're going to have our own as soon as possible. We're going to start our own project. This is a live project, so we're going to start our own project. So conclusively, meeting minutes are critical for documenting project discussion, decision, and action. Effective meeting minutes ensure clarity, accountability, and align across all project stakeholders. So, yeah. All right. So this is for you. This last question is for you, and I want you to answer this and drop it on our platform. Yeah. How can meeting minutes improve team accountability and project outcome? How? That is my own question. I don't want to take it from here. I write it and drop it on our platform, because everybody will review it and give a vote. And if you have questions, I will like at this one you are balancing like this. Are you?
I'm trying to get everything. So good evening, Mr. Charles.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
All right. Okay. Kemdele, you are raising your hand.
Yes, yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Show your face.
So my question is concerning the recording of the meeting.
I say show your face. You know,
Okay.
we have standard.
I'm sorry, sir.
We
I'm
have
sorry.
standard.
Let's show you it. Okay. So yeah, that's my face. Okay, my question is, you said you talked about recording the meetings. Then you made example of like the meeting we are having right now, where we're using Google Meet to like meet and talk about this class. But then what of we're in a situation whereby you can't like video record, but then you need to use a voice recorder to get the recordings. How then do you identify each speakers, especially the key speakers?
Yeah, if
Can you guys both of you share, please?
When we are using Google, okay. You say when we are using Google Meet.
I say, for instance, in a situation, a meeting where you cannot video record, where maybe the participants are not okay with you making a video record, but are okay with voice recording, how do you like put a name to individuals? Say you have like 20 persons in the meeting. How do you put a name to the speakers, each speakers?
Yeah, voice recorder captures every speaker. Like here, I'm using Google Gemini to take notes. And as I'm using it to take notes, it captures everybody that speaks, everybody that attended this meeting. When you are speaking, it's capturing what you are speaking. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So have you not tried it before?
I don't think that's a different angle. Can you shift? That's a different angle from what Google Gemini has its own features. So say for example, maybe you're using your phone to record the meeting.
If you don't use as a matter of fact, you are paid. You don't just go and become unofficial. You know, you have to be official because you are paid to do this job. Don't just whatever needs will make you to do your job professionally, you do it. Like here, if your phone cannot capture them, you use. I told you, I already said I'll use Google Gemini and it captures. So why would you go and use the one that is not compliant? Why?
Okay, that makes sense. All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, we have Elijah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you, Elijah. I've already responded.
Okay, sir. So please, I want to know the difference between decision, action item, and discussion point in a minute, sir.
Decision,
action item, and discussion points in a minute.
Discussion points are things that need to be discussed. Item that needs, like topics that need to be discussed in a meeting, like discussion point. So before you can call it agenda, you know, things that you must state all the things that need to be discussed so that you don't go and start discussing off points. List key items that need to be discussed. That's a discussion point. Or you can call it agenda. Are you getting it?
Yes,
you know?
sir.
So, and the key outcome of every discussion must be captured as well. So these are key decisions. Within the key point, agenda, all the agendas, every topic discussed, there must be a decision taken on that. It must be recorded as well. So if you do not list what needs to be discussed, then you are going to struggle with what need to, because you see that people will, in your meeting, you are facilitating, you need to be in charge. But if you don't have key action points, things that need to be discussed, you listed, when you come to the meeting, people will give you their own action points. They take over the meeting, you are no longer in charge. You become a passenger and they'll become driver, and they will go and crash that meeting for you. Are you getting the point? That's why I said,
yes, sir.
That's why I said you must be prepared before the meeting.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And the second question, sir, please, who is typically responsible for taking a minute during a project meeting? especially if the project manager is not on seat.
Whoever is fast, if the project manager is not on seat, who is then leading the meeting on behalf of the project manager? How can you not be on seat on the meeting you are leading? Elijah.
So maybe like if there is a scenario where maybe something happened and he asked the assistant or the project coordinator to at least take over the meeting from him.
You have given delegated authority. So at that point, the project coordinator is now acting as the project manager. So he's now the president. You know? So whoever is facilitating the meeting is in charge of their meeting. For instance, if it's the business analyst that is organizing a meeting, for instance, a business analyst will have to facilitate requirement gathering. This is not a duty of a project manager. So if a project manager is attending that, you are attending as, attendee. If not, you are not in charge of that meeting. You are accountable anyway, but you are not responsible. So if you are part of that meeting, you are just going to act like other ordinary attendees. So the business analyst should be in charge. He should be in charge of capturing, recording, facilitating. So whoever is the owner of that meeting should capture the meeting minutes. And if you are, for instance, you are a project manager or you are a business analyst, you are in charge, and you feel you cannot take the meeting while they are there, you can appoint a team member and say, in this meeting we're having, I'm the facilitator, I'll be speaking. Most of the time I'll be speaking, I'll be standing up, I'll be demonstrating and this and that. Please, Elijah, take note for me. You've asked somebody to take note on your behalf. You ask the person because you trust the person. And this I'm saying in case is offline, is on site. You are having this meeting in a conference room or in an auditorium where you are addressing a large amount of investors. You are there, they're asking you questions. You have somebody in that kind of, you go with somebody you trust that will take meeting. We have people who go secretaries, PAs, note takers. They pay them to follow you from, professional note taking. That I think is a called scribe, or we used to have them. Is a good, is a professional role. Their own is to take note. We have secretaries. So many big men have secretaries who follow them around. They take note of when they're having a meeting, they take note means of their meeting. So you must prepare whichever way. If everything is not computer, you might have a meeting where there is no computer. You make provision for that. You can have a meeting with a key stakeholder in a coffee shop. In a coffee shop where both of you are just having a cup of coffee, you have a notebook. As you are talking, you are jotting. That is a meeting. And you plan what you need to discuss with so everything is not so official or cosmetic like the way you see. So that's why you have to be flexible, and that's why you have to come with your level of experience managing things out of box. Yeah. But the main thing is have a template. That template will guide you. Even if you are not taking, that's why I say don't take everything, just key actions, key actions, key actions. If you had a meeting and when you want to develop the meeting, once you see key action, like now, I'm in this meeting, and I can say, okay, I'll just pick key from every person that asks question, like you now, Elijah. I can just quickly jot your question down. So whenever I see what I jotted against you, I'll remember all the conversation I had with you, and I should be able to develop that. Well, now I have a meeting with Amuleka. Once I will remember everything, and I'm planning to have another chat with Raphael. I will jot the key items. After everything, that's why I mean that you are now professional, you are experienced, your brain is developed. There's no way I can put some bullet points against you and I'll forget everything. It means I'm now having dementia. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. Raphael?
Okay, good evening, Mr. Charles.
Good evening.
Okay, so I just want to make a reference to the question Nkem Dilem asked, where in absence of a video recorder, what could be done? So there are cases where, project management has come to also teach us of how to micromanage, the resources being made available. So in a scenario where you don't have enough resources to even get a software that can video record. Now, in most cases, we do virtual meetings. So the way to track speakers during the meeting is to ask each participant before they speak to identify themselves. So while they do that, there should be a dedicated note taker who would capture the name of a speaker in a particular meeting. So with that in place, it's just like what the practice we have during your class. Now, nobody speaks without putting his video on. So somebody cannot promise you OMPA today, and then tomorrow the person will deny. You already have the video of the person. So in such scenario, when there's a dedicated note taker, the person takes down the name of the person who speaks in a scenario where we have a virtual meeting.
Just like what I agree with you, but just for what I said, I told Elijah, if you are not disposed, you can appoint somebody to take a note for you. This is what you just said. So you can appoint somebody to take a note for you, but the point is he's asking about tools. What tools can you use? And I said, most of these tools are affordable. You cannot tell me you are working remotely and you cannot afford to, and they are paying you. And you're telling me because of you want to manage a resource. Which resources are you managing? Let's face the facts here. You are working remotely and they are paying you. And you can't afford them. It means you are not working remotely. You should be working off site. And if you are working off site, you are a graduate, you have taken boot camp, and you should be able to take simple notes in a meeting you are facilitating. That's what makes you a leader, a project manager. I don't see anybody who is going to hire a project manager who cannot just take simple notes in a meeting. But if you are not disposed to take a meeting minutes because you are standing up, presenting using projector or whichever, then appoint somebody who is competent to do that for you. And if you cannot trust any of your team member, then as a project manager, you should be able to afford a PA because they pay you well. Only if you are being greedy, you don't want to spend money. Yeah. Is that, do you hear me? All right. Thank you, everyone. And because no one else is raising hands. So, we are stopping this here tonight because we've I think I've captured every person raising hand in this meeting. Yeah, Mr. Raphael, I think we're done with you. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and good night.